Welcome to another edition of Global Lens Sport. Today we'll be reviewing our Champions League week and to also be previewing the weekend league matches on the top 5 leagues. And with me today I have Fahad, our baddest analyst, and as you can see, he's repping his club right now. No. So how are you coping with the Champions League fixtures for the club?
I'm not coping very well because then they put our matches for Monday. Imagine Monday. You know, it's not good. But then next season you are coming back next season.
All right. Okay, now Inter Liverpool. You know, everybody believes. Even I still remembered on our last edition, both analysts were like, Inter is going to beat Liverpool 3 goals to nil. So, what happened? What really changed?
I think it was just about defensive solidity. I think that's what they've been missing for a very long time this season. I think they were solid defensively. They restricted Inter Milan to just two shots on target, if I can recollect. I think they are, even though despite the fact that Inter Milan had the likes of Aka, the likes Lautaro Martinez, Marcos Thuram, they restricted these two guys to actually 2 shots on target. So you know how good they were defensively and how solid they were defensively. The partnership of Ibrahim Konate and Virgil van Dijk, I think for a very long time, I think that's what they've been missing. And they were missing that defensive solidity this season. I think if they want to get back to winning ways, they need to sort out themselves defensively first, and the rest will come.
Now, do you think the injury to Çalhanoğlu really affect the rhythm of Inter Milan's football?
Yeah, I think one thing Inter Milan thrives on is the fact that they have likes of Çalhanoğlu and Mkhitaryan in their midfield, because you know they play 3 at the back, I think, and they have likes of Çalhanoğlu and Mkhitaryan who are workaholic.
Yeah, but Çalhanoğlu got injured in the first half of the
match.
So.
And I think they kind of missed that Çalhanoğlu game in the middle of the park, and I think it kind of showed that they were missing Çalhanoğlu, and even right now they still not certain if he will be fit for their weekend game this weekend. So I feel they kind of missed Çalhanoğlu, but then I think it's still not to say why they were able to get just 2 shots on target. I think that was very poor from Inter Milan. With the kind of firepower they have, they should be getting more than 2 shots on target.
Alright, now let's tactically. On that day, Ancelotti deployed Isaac and Ekitike together in that match. So can we say, do you think we're seeing a tactical approach like that on the upcoming games for Liverpool?
Well, if you look at for Ancelotti, I think one thing he has tried recently was I think a game against Manchester City. He tried Florian Wirtz on the wing, and he has tried different tactics this season just to see how he can get stability in his team. And I think one of the reasons why is that I think one of Isaac or Ekitike might play on the wings, and I think that was what Gakpo will play on the other wing, on the other side. I think that was what's probably going to help him. But then I think it will be about both of them interchanging. Yeah, I think they have to interchange between them. So maybe Isaac might play, and then later on Ekitike might go back to the number 9 position. I think that will probably help them on the long run, because I think it also suits both of them as well. And I think on the long run, are we going to see it from Ancelotti? I don't know, not really sure if we are going to be seeing that. But then I think it's worked in the Champions League. But then the Premier League is a different ball game entirely.
Sure.
We all know that, and I think really do that in the Premier League. I'm not sure he wants to do that in the Premier League, but then their weekend game is not far. So let's see if they get to do that in the Premier League as well.
Inter being a very good team when it comes to European football, and Liverpool being able to survive against a team like Inter away without Mohamed Salah. So can we say Liverpool can really survive in the absence of Mohamed Salah?
Yeah, I think this season Salah has not played 3 games for them. Excluding the one against Inter Milan. He has not played 3 games for them. They've gotten 5 points from a total 9 points. That is not like they are not surviving. They're actually surviving without Salah. And let's not forget, Salah is going to be off to AFCON in the near future.
Yes,
very soon.
Any moment from now.
So I think they are trying to see how they can actually survive without Salah, and they've played 4 games now. Counting the one against Inter Milan, they've gotten 8 points out of a possible 12. That's not a bad return for a team that was reliant on Salah last season. Now the season started like they expected, and though Salah was not playing very well, and then okay, he decided to drop Salah. Out of 3 games, in the I think Premier League, they had 3 games in the Premier League. They had 5 points. They won one, drew two, and if you look at it, that was not a bad return. Now they went to the Champions League without Mohamed Salah after what he said after their match against Leeds United.
Alright, so now Liverpool winning against an informed Inter Milan without their star man Mohamed Salah. So now can we say that Liverpool has found a way to give us a good performance to win games without Mohamed Salah?
Well, if you look at it, for a very long time, the team and even Salah himself, they've been playing badly this season. It's not like one player is playing badly, but then not like last season. We also I won't say they were over reliant, but then they were kind of reliant on Salah. And last season, I think it got them important goals, got them over the line when it comes to winning the Premier League. And then this season, I think he has dropped form. And for football is a result-oriented business. I think you need all the 3 points. If not, the coach is not the players that will get the sack. It's the coach that will get the sack. And the coach is also trying to save himself. I think he has given Salah a lot of chances this season, and Salah has not proved himself. So I think it felt okay. I think the best thing he could do was try and see if sit Salah down on the bench and probably bench him and see if other players can give him a better performance, and which they did in their first game against West Ham United. They got to a 3-0 draw, and then they played against Sunderland as well. That was a 1-1 draw as well. Yes. They played against Leeds United. That was a 3-3 draw. So if you look at it, in all of that,
something is common. They were scoring.
Yeah, they were scoring goals. They scored 3 against Leeds United. Scored 1 against Sunderland. Scored 2 against West Ham. That was like 6 goals actually. They scored 6 goals in 3 games. That was a good return for them actually. And then they played against Inter Milan, an Inter Milan side who are very good as well. It's still scored as well. So I think it's not like Salah is a problem. No, it's not a problem. The team have just been playing badly this season. Yes. And I think probably Salah just needs to refresh a little bit and probably recharge his energy. I think he has carried the team for a very long time. Probably needs to recharge as well, and then let other people do the carrying this time. And I think that's what Slot is trying to do. Probably let other people do the carrying. And let's not forget, Salah is going off to AFCON. I don't think it's until Salah is off to AFCON before they actually see if other players can actually play in Salah's position, and probably they can start getting results. So I think he has also factored that into as well. That okay, Salah will be going up to AFCON. His performances right now are not up to standard like last season. Yes. Let's see if other people can actually play in his position and probably give us better results, and that they've done.
Alright, so that's about Liverpool. Now let's talk about our world champion, Chelsea FC. The pride of London, the pride of Europe, the world champion. I've been seeing a post recently that PSG defeated Barcelona, played 4 games in a row, didn't win any of it. Same with Real Madrid, and it has also happened with Chelsea now. They defeated Barcelona, and since then they haven't won a game since then. Can we say Barca is cursed, or whoever is going to defeat Barca? Can we say is that team cursed, or what's going on?
I think if you want to play Barca, you guys wear shirt. You guys go back your head. Because honestly, look at the teams you mentioned. I think for PSG, I think it's kind of evident that they had injury issues. Mm-hmm. I think it was evident that they had injury issues, and for Real Madrid, they've not just been up to form.
Start is not concerned about whatever caused your mishaps. In as much as you're not winning, you are not winning.
Let's go to Chelsea. I think for Chelsea, just that they've not been consistent. And I think the thing is that for Enzo Maresca, he has a good squad. I won't say he has. They don't have all the star players, but then I think when they come together, they're a very good team. If they come together, the players they're a very good team. And one thing is that if you want for them to go to the next level, which is competing for the Champions League, competing for the Premier League, they need to be consistent. They need to start showing a little bit of consistency. And let's not forget, last season too, they had this kind of form as well last season, where they were losing games, but at the end of the day, they found a way to make it into the Champions League places. Yes. They won the
and the World Cup.
They won the Club World Cup, and they won the they won the Conference League as well. So if you look at it, kind of ended on a good note for Enzo Maresca. Right now, this season, they're kind of facing the same issue, where they are not playing very well. They are losing games as well. And I think for Enzo Maresca, I think he has to find a solution to that. He has to find a solution to solving that issue, where he needs the strikers scoring goals. I think one thing is that his strikers are not scoring goals. If you look at João Pedro, it's been a long time. He scored for Chelsea. And if you look at right now, they don't have Dilap is out injured.
Yes.
And one thing is they have Maguire. Maguire is not that kind of guy you need if you want to get goals. And I think I don't know, Chelsea fans might not like this, but right now they are missing Nicholas Jackson.
It's obvious.
They are missing Nicholas Jackson. And I think they in a bid to get an upgrade on Nicholas Jackson, they ended up spending money on Dilap, who is not an upgrade on Jackson. They spent money on João Pedro, who is not an upgrade on
None of them
Jackson.
are an upgrade to
now,
Jackson.
You decided to recall Maguire from Sunderland, and they are still not playing this Maguire. Why is Maresca doing that? Right now, I think they have too many super players in different positions, especially in their defense.
Yes.
I mean, right now, Badashile playing for you in 2025, it shouldn't be. With all due respect, no, you can't have Badashile.
Are you saying Badashile is that bad? No, come on, Badashile is still.
No, I mean, with all due respect to Badashile, I don't know if he's actually watching our program.
I've never seen a Chelsea fan that like that guy.
I mean, since he has come to Chelsea, I don't think there's been a season where he has had 100% for Chelsea.
Who would you prefer in your team, Badashile or Tosin Adarabioyo?
I prefer Tosin my team. I prefer Tosin my team than Badashile.
Seriously?
Yeah. I mean, we might say,
but then, I like the way what you're talking about right now. Look, Chelsea or Maresca scrapped or abandoned Dizazi for the likes of Badashile and Tosin Adarabioyo.
I mean, if you look at Disasi and there was a time the Disasi and Badashile were the centre back pairing. What came of it?
What I'm trying to say is, what would you prefer Badashile and Tosin Adarabioyo over Disasi?
I prefer Tosin over Disasi and Badashile.
And what about Badashile and Disasi?
I'll get a player from the under 18. I'll get a centre back.
All right, now Chelsea. What can you say about Enzo Maresca? He's trying to develop a very good team. He's building a very good team. There's synergy in the team. The energy level is high and everything. But this has been the issue of Chelsea over the years: consistency. Trying to win 3, 4, 5 matches in a row has been Chelsea problem for a while now. So what do you think we can attribute that problem to?
I think it's the fact that they have too many mid players in the team. Sorry to say. Okay. I mean, if you look at, you can't have Gittins in your team, you can't have a Garnacho in your team and expect you want to be scoring goals, you want to be winning games. And with all you can't have a Pedro Neto who I think he's played 8 years. I think is it Premier League of professional football. He does not have 50 goals as an attacker. He does not have up to 50 goals. I mean, come on. I mean, we all know how old Pedro Neto is.
Yes.
So since if you can have a striker and an attacker that can't guarantee you 15 goals and let's say 15 goals and assists a season, why is it in your team? Why is it in your club? And you call yourself a big team? It's not about he's scoring goals during key moments. It's not about scoring goals during key moments. Is he contributing enough to your team? Gittins, how many goals does Gittins have this season? We are almost halfway through the season already. Yes. How many goals does he have? How many goals does Garnacho have? So what are you saying? Your wingers are not scoring. Your strikers are not scoring. Where will the goals come from?
Defense line.
Your defenders are conceding. And Chelsea's best defender right now is Fofana. We all know that is Fofana. And if Fofana, we all know him to be an injury player. So what are we saying? You need to get better players. I know they are trying to do this. They're players for the future. But then at the end of the day, you also need to get in players that can guarantee you goals and assists.
All right. So based on the tradition of Chelsea, are you seeing Chelsea breaking the bank for a striker and the next transfer, not the winter transfer window, and the next summer transfer window?
Based on what bank that Eddie Bailly and his friend are doing up there. I don't think they want to break the bank unless the striker is on under 25 player. I don't think they want to break the bank for a striker that is above 25.
Okay. All right. So that's that about Chelsea. Let's talk about Real Madrid, Manchester City. Allah Madrid. That performance, the performance the player displayed during the match against Manchester City. Personally, I've not seen that kind of performance. It's not a performance you give to a coach that you want to leave. It means it's obvious to me that these players want Xabi Alonso to stay. What do you think?
Well, if you look at there's been all this talk about Xabi Alonso leaving, but then I think one of the reasons why was that the players were not performing up to scratch. And you look at their matches against Elche, their matches against Celta Vigo, it felt like they didn't know what they were doing. The performance, the motivation was zero. Everything was zero. And one thing yesterday was that they lost to Manchester City, but then it felt like they played for it. They played more than they've been playing in the last 3 games actually. They gave their all, but then they still lost at the end of the day because it's Manchester City side. And they were having a lot of injuries. Yes. They were not having Mbappe as well, who is their talisman. So I think it's kind of obvious. Okay, the odds were stacked against Real Madrid yesterday, even though it was at the Santiago de Bernabeu. But then the odds were still stacked against them. Yes. No Mbappe, injuries at the back.
Yes.
So I just feel the players, they gave their all, though they still lost. But then it feels like going forward, Xabi Alonso might still be the manager if nothing has changed within next.
Okay, if you are in Florentino Perez shoe right now, what will you do? Are you still going to proceed with sacking? Because Zinedine was seen in the stadium yesterday. He was there, watched the game. So are you still going to proceed with sacking Xabi Alonso, or you just allow him to stay for the rest of the season?
I think it's all about what happens in the next game. I think the next 2 matches will actually determine where Xabi Alonso will end up at the end of the day for Real Madrid. Will he end up getting sacked, or will he end up staying as Real Madrid's coach? Because right now the performance yesterday improved a little bit. Yes. No, so if in their next game the performance drops, and their next 2 games they don't get to win their next 2 matches, I think that will spell the end for Xabi Alonso at Real Madrid.
Alright, you have tell us your opinion in the comment section. Do you think Alonso should still be sacked despite the performance his players pulled out yesterday, or do you think he should stay?